You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. If you guys got questions, we got answers. We got a long one. We're going to do a Clarey test on all the televangelists. Well, not all of them, 4 of them. So let's get to it because this is going to be a long, because then he has other questions about Christianity. Hi, Aaron. I'm a Christian male living in Southern California. Yes, taxes are way too high. I've been watching your videos now for about 5 months. I think your videos are very informative and you do a lot of good advice on many subjects. I want to know how much you would charge to make a video for a Clarey test on the following 4 people: Jimmy Swaggart, Benny Hill, Joel Olsteen, and Jim Jones. And I only know 2 of those guys, Jimmy Swaggart and Joel Olsteen. I would like to know your thoughts on them, including current and past controversies each of them has been involved in. Do you think people like them are fake and are really just in it to make money, use people, control people? All right. All of them, I can't say all of them because I don't know who Benny Hinn is or Jim Jones, but definitely Jimmy Swaggart, Joel Olsteen, the Tammy Faye Baker type people. Yeah, dude, you don't see it? You don't see this? You really think they're real Christians, huh? You think they're not in it for the money? I see. This is what's so precious about a lot of these Christians. You guys fall for that shit. You fall for the, what is it, the Temple of Baal or the false statues of the false prophets, I guess is what these guys would be. Really? You guys need street smarts. Christians are so precious. You can see it in the rock music. Hey, we're a rock and roll band. Like, sure you are, Timmy. You're a rock and roll band. Just like fucking Slayer. Here's the problem why religion lends itself well to being taken advantage of. It's people who you already are fertile ground for charlatans and con artists because you want to believe in the after. Oh, you do believe in it. You believe in a bigger power. And all it takes is some really soothsaying guy to come in and say, well, hey, look at me. I got a different approach. Now, there are some good ones out there. Chris Beckloff put me on them. These are legitimate pastors. They don't have private jets. That's a clue. If you're wondering, is this guy legitimate? If they have private jets, you know, I'm all for capitalism, but, you know, if I'm running a nonprofit and it's really a religion, it's really for the betterment of people, I'd be like, you know what, sweetheart, we don't need a private jet. We don't need a boat. We don't need a big fancy house. Look at fucking, here's a perfect example. He's secular. Maybe he does go to church. I don't know. But look at Warren Buffett. He's owned the same damn house in Omaha, and I don't know where it is, but it's just some small, regular old house. He doesn't have this palatial estate because he knows that his money could be better invested, make more money. He doesn't need that big of a house. But, you know, these guys who are presumably men of the cloth, emissaries from God, from Jesus our Lord, they need mansions, they need fancy clothes, they need, heck, I'd even be a little bit guilty taking a first-class flight. But yeah, for the most part, I can't talk about Benny Hill or Jim Jones until we go through the Clarey test. But yeah, dude, these guys are scammers. They're the televangelists. They donate money. I mean, nothing wrong. Look, nothing wrong with using technology to spread the word of God or whatever your religion is. Even I wanted to set up this company called Podcast Pastor because, I mean, again, Christians a little bit slow on the uptake, a little bit set in their ways. I'm like, you know, bricks and mortar, you know, churches are out of business. They're outdated. They're obsolete. Let's go digital. Anyone can listen to podcast. You could spread more for a fraction of the cost. You could reach the globe. Get the best pastors out there. So we have podcast pastors. Oh, we gotta have a mortgage. We need expenses. We need to have fellowship. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with that, but. Yes, these guys, for the most part, are scammers. I would almost say there's nothing wrong with being rich. Oh, that's what I was going to say. There are some pastors out there who are very popular on the internet, but they're legitimate. And I don't see them with no fucking mansions or fucking private jets. All right? And I'm going to be more trusting of those guys than, hey, I'm Joel Olsteen. Look at my perfect hair, my perfect life, and my perfect me. Haha. I got teeth whitener. I should go put that on before I do the Joel Olsteen thing. All right. Can you give me your perspective on religion, faith, and if you think people that associate themselves with religion are mindless zombies? No, there are 2 types of religious people. Okay, let's answer. Can you give me a perspective on religion and faith? Religion is 2 things. first, it is an answer to what happens after we die. It's for people who maybe legitimately believe that that something happens afterwards. Or it's for people who are scared shitless that nothing happens afterwards, that this is it. And they like to believe that they're immortal. I know everyone says we're mortal here, but you live on, and well, that's immortal. Your consciousness, your sentientness, this conversation we're having right now, the ability to remember it and continue on into the future, you'd like that to go on forever, because you are defined by you. There's nothing else in this. Well, it's me. God, I really hope I continue on. That's what it is. So it is very tempting, and sometimes for the sake of sanity, you need to believe in an afterlife. You need to believe in something more than just what is on this life on earth to kind of guide you. So it is an answer that everybody is seeking. Why are we here? And a God or a religion, whichever one, answers a lot of those questions, because we can't prove it. We don't know. There's no way for us to empirically prove thus far. What is it? What's going on? So it answers a question that has mortality attached to it, which is really important to a lot of humans. The other thing that religion does, or is in terms of a more functional aspect, is it is the original form of government. And it uses this ultimate fear of the afterlife, or the lack of an afterlife, and we don't know. It uses that by which to get everybody in fucking line and start obeying laws. Not necessarily for bad reasons, though. Not necessarily for bad reasons. Because if you look at anarchy or societies without government versus societies with a religious government, with a theocracy, for all their flaws, theocracies did apply law, order, and you'd be not surprised to find out that a lot of these rules and laws, regardless of the religion, are kind of saying, don't kill each other. Don't fuck other people's wives, even though I said to in another video, as long as they're liberal, and hot chicks. Don't steal. Don't bear false witness. Again, we get back to a lot of the, not necessarily moral laws, but how should you butcher things, what you should and should not eat. Social rules, a prostitute or not prostitute. The shame of single motherhood and single fatherhood, bastards and single mom. That all had wisdom and reason to force upon a people so that they would follow it, and that way if they followed it, society as a whole would do a hell of a lot better. But if you're just banging whoever you want, you get STDs, you have rat bastard children, you overpopulate versus what the adult population can produce in terms of food, and then you get Detroit. But no, that's what you get. So the second purpose of religion, secular we're still talking here, is to form a government, to provide the rationale like, hey, I'm God's representative, hey, everybody do what I say, and if you don't, by gosh, you're going to go to a place and you're going to burn in hell. There'll be a lot of bad things happening to you over there. Oh, look out, better believe me, because I talked to this plant up on a shrub in a bush on a mountain. Okay, it's only good. So if you get a charismatic enough leader to come in, Muhammad would be a perfect example. Hey, look at me, I walked in the desert, saw some crazy shit, everybody do what I say and kill everyone else, all right. So that then all of a sudden gives the people who want to lead, people you could say they're power hungry, whatever, it's like, no, we're the leaders, and you better do what we say. And some of it is actually altruistic. Do what we fucking tell you, because if you don't, you're going to go to hell, because it's too long to explain socio-political consequences of rampant sex and everybody murdering each other right now. So that is the second reason that's my perspective on religion. It is an answer to a question every human has. It's convenient. May not be true, we don't know. And it also provides the foundation by which government can form. And then without that, without theocracy, we would not have democracy or freedoms we have today. And if you think people that associate themselves with religion are mindless zombies, that depends. I would say 95% of them are mindless zombies. There are genuinely true, honest, legitimate, authentic Christians, Muslims, Jews who believe in the religion, who actually believe in the afterlife, and they are honest. But they are rare. The vast majority, especially within Christianity, are just your cafeteria Christians. They go there because of any other reason but Jesus. It's to meet a husband, meet a wife, have something to do on Sunday. to tell themselves that, yeah, okay, I believe this, when they're really deep down inside they don't. They just like the convenience and the answer. They like the comfort. I know some people go in for business connections, but the vast majority of people don't go there to synagogue or church or whatever. They go there for ulterior reasons. And so that's why I think most of them are sheep. It's very rare. See, this is where, if you found me talking to a sincere Christian or a sincere Jew or a sincere Buddhist or sincere anyone, well, I'm not going to have a lot of disagreements, if anything, with them. It's simply we disagree on one premise. They believe that their particular God or their particular religion is correct, and I don't even say that that they're wrong. I say, I don't think you're right, but you could be. But that doesn't mean they're amoral people. Matter of fact, you find genuine Christians, you find genuine Jews, you find genuine Muslims. Well, maybe the Muslims not so much, but you find people who are, is the word penitent, but they're legitimate, they're authentic. They're higher quality, better people because they're adhering to a rule or a set of laws because they choose to. And that type of discipline is you'll only find in superior, morally superior people. So again, I may disagree with the Backloff, I may disagree with Pastor Tom, I may even disagree with my old man about these things. But typically you'll find out that people who genuinely believe in that stuff are higher quality people and are of the 5% of sincere, legitimate religious individuals. That aside from like, yeah, you believe in that funny guy in the cloud with the hair. Hey, all right, cool. I don't. Until you got proof, let me know. But there's no animosity or a downward disparaging look. Matter of fact, I look at him like a Dennis Prager. It's kind of like, boy, I envy him. I wish I could believe. I wish I could have that faith. I look at it as like, yeah, probably Chris Beckloff is a little bit more moral than me. Boy, that'd be nice to be like him. But there's no antagonism or maliciousness between us. You have mentioned that your parents are Christian. My dad is. My mom probably is not. I don't think anyone really goes to church. Of course, my dad does, but not my mom. Can you also comment what it is about Christianity you hate, if you have any Christian friends, or could you be friends with? I could totally be friends with Christians, but the thing I hate about Christianity is most of their participants are fakes. They're frauds. And then the other thing is the zealots and the ones who they're frauds as well, but they're hypocrites as well. The reason they're zealots is they're like the Jesus freaks. These are the ones that don't really believe in it, but use it as an excuse to lord power over you. Now, we saw this a lot when we were in parochial school. The teachers were fucking tyrants. They were evil fucking cunts. And again, I try to find them. I can't find them. They're all gone magically for some reason. I don't know where they are. I think they knew that they better go underground because of it was just this side of child abuse what they were doing. They were just manipulative, maniacal little fucks. Anyway, it's those type of people who, well, I'm Christian. I believe. I'm right and you're wrong, and you better do what I fucking tell you or you're going to burn out. And I have the right because I'm with God. God's giving me the right to spank, yell, play mind games, and treat you people, little kids, like shit. In the adult world, that more translates into born-again Christian mothers, single moms or born-again Christian women, where I am religious and you are not. You are inferior, and you must adhere to these standards to even go out with me. A lot of younger guys fall for this. A lot of younger guys do, where it's like they really like the girl or they just want to get laid, and they foolishly chase a Christian girl. But the girl will then use that chess piece of religion to claim moral authority over the guy and say, well, you better do this, you better do that. In other words, it's always convenient to have Jesus in your pocket and compare your boyfriend or your husband to Jesus all the time. And then you can always demand more and more and more, and he's never good enough because he's not Jesus. And so there's like a saying, yeah, we're not having a threesome in the bedroom with Jesus. Yeah, Jesus stays outside. But a lot of these Christian gals, it's just great for them, Christian, because Jesus is on their side. And if the guy claims to be Christian, even if he doesn't believe, he's just saying that so he can get with the girl. He has to now jump through all these hoops of Christianity and be held up against Jesus. And so these women have, but there's other men that do it too, but in that particular instance, they have no intention of actually believing in the religion and believing in God and Jesus. They abuse Christianity to lord it over, pun intended, the people they want to manipulate and control. So those are the people that I hate. Those are the people that I loathe and detest because they're not legitimate, sincere Christians. They're not. They're just charlatans who happen to falsely claim to be a Christian and then use that to gain unfair advantage and treat people poorly throughout their life. A lot of time you'll see this, particularly pastors or religious people, I'm a Christian and I can tell you kids to do whatever because the Lord and I, and they don't even love their kids. They love the religion because they love themselves more than anything else. They define themselves by the religion and fuck all and the kids are going to be forced to be brought up and that goes for any religion. But I even see this, another example is a lot of the Asian and Middle Eastern clients we have at Asshole Consulting. It's more the Asian culture, obviously it's more the religion with the Middle East, but it's like their kid doesn't fucking exist. It's like, well, you're a Muslim and you're going to be doing Muslim things. It's like, well, why'd we come to America? Well, because reasons, but you're going to do it. Like, they don't even love their kid. And if the kid ever thinks like, Dad, I don't want to go to mosque no more, they will abandon and throw their kids out because they love not the religion, they love themselves because they use the religion to self-aggrandize and feed their ego. And then they fuck their kids. They don't even give a shit about their kids. And that's unfortunately a lot of religious people. So that's why I hate a lot of Christians. That's why I hate a lot of religious people, but not all of them. But it's the fake ones. Like the truly religious people, I like them. I respect them. I'm like, cool, man, awesome. You actually do that and you care and you want to raise your kids right or whatever else. But the vast majority of people do not use religion for its intended purpose. They use it for their own ego and self-aggrandizement. Alright, so let's go through the Jimmy Swaggart. Let's go through the Clarey Test. Really? Now the internet doesn't work. Oh, you fucking assholes. See, you swore. That's a sin. Here's another example. When we were in school, this parochial school we went to, we'd say shoot and darn, not shit and damn, and we would get in trouble for that because they were derivations of curse words. It'd be really 4-year-old, or not 4, 10-year-old kid. I heard you said shoot and darn. No, we didn't. Okay, because that's a sin. Because okay, everything's a sin. We breathe, eat, and shit sin. Alright, got it. Hope your kids don't visit you in the nursing home. There was one teacher in particular. Alright, Jimmy Swaggart. Wikipedia. Net worth only 1.5 million? Really? After all that, he hasn't had that much money? Alright. Christian dead pianist and author. Let's take a look at his early life. We'll apply the test. Okay, he was born to Willie Leon. We're going to do this quickly. Both sharecroppers. Alright, he is nephew, cousin of rock and roll pioneer Jerry Lee Lewis, a country. He also has a sister. Okay, so he grew up under poverty. They lived in poverty until the 50s. They preached about. Is this the same guy I'm thinking? Is this the guy who says, I have sinned? Is this the guy? Maybe he's more authentic and legitimate. 17, he married a 15-year-old. They lived in poverty. Doesn't look like he majored in something stupid. And he's so old that the thing is, if we were to apply the degree, I'd only give him half a point because back then any degree was a good degree. Preacher from a flatbed trailer donated to him. Revival, gospel, prostitution. Was implicated in his sex and resulted in his suspension and ultimately defrocking. Okay, so this was the guy. Yeah, okay. Television featuring Bible weekend long. Was this the 700 Club guy? Again, retaliation on Swaggart exposed fellows in the government who have been accused of several affairs. Okay, so grew up in poverty, he doesn't get a point. I'm not going to give him a point because he grew up in the church, and so if he went on to get divinity, normally I'd award you a point for a degree in divinity, which is what pastors get. But I'm not going to give him one. But what has he done since? He's been in a nonprofit, and he's always been running a nonprofit. You get 2 points right there. Would I trust him? Given his background and his upbringing, it's kind of like the Dalai Lama, where it's like you've been told to be fucking Christian all your life, and you went and became a pastor. What a fucking shock. It isn't necessarily like he consciously thought, well, I'm going to major in political science and become Barack Obama. He didn't. I don't think he set out to have that evil with him. But then, he got tempted by the flesh. So, yeah, he gets 2. All right, the next one. Benny Hinn. Who's this guy? Benny Hinn. Oh, look at that hair. Oh, look at that hair. Really? What's his net worth? 42 million. Okay, yeah. Born 1952, Israeli televangelist, best known for his hair. I'm sorry, his regular miracle crusades. All right, ministry history. Born 1952 in Jaffa. Born to parents in Palestine and Greek. Raised Eastern Orthodox tradition. Soon after the his family immigrated to Toronto, where he attended Georgia Secondary School. He did not graduate. In his books, Hinn states that his father was the mayor of Jaffa at the time. All right, so he comes from money, so he's a spoiled brat. Socially isolated with a stutter. Became a first-class student. What did he study? Greek to Pentecostalism. Traveled by charter bus. Ministry, but as the author of a number. Why don't they tell their degrees or where they went to college? All right, you know what? He's old enough that him majoring or becoming a pastor, he gets a point for majoring in stupid shit. He's not like the World War II guy that, you know. Troops. He taught the Bible. So how old was he? So he was born. Let's do the reverse engineering. 52. 1973, so he's 21. He traveled a charter bus from Toronto to Pittsburgh to attend a miracle service conducted by evangelist Catherine Coleman. Although he never met her personally, he often attended her healing services and has often cited her as an influence in his life. Moving to the United States, he traveled to Colorado, Florida, where he focused on the Orlando Christian Center in 1983. He began claiming that God was using him as a conduit for healings. Okay, all right. So already, no job. He worked at the mine. He has no private sector experience. Controversy. His teaching demonstrates phenomena. He does the anointing, the power purportedly given by God and transmitted through him to carry out supernatural. Oh, is this the guy? You are healed! And he hits the kid and they fall over. South Park do a spoof on this guy. Okay, so... Came from money, worthless degree, never worked a real job, has always been doing it. He gets a 4. This is not a guy I want to even fucking hang out with. And his hair in private jets. I mean, if you want to paint with a broad brush, it won't catch them all. It won't ensnare all the fakes. But really good hair. Like if I started to quaff my hair, you know, and start talking kind of that Jefferson Douglason debate. Well, my friends, if I start talking like Martin Luther King and I got myself a pompadour and I start preaching Jesus, you know, I had millions of dollars. I saw him easy mark. Reverend Clarey. Pastor Cappy. Save yourselves through me! That would be... I couldn't fake it that long. I'm like, nah, this is bullshit, guys. Fucking get a job. I do, whatever. Alright, so Benny Hinn, yeah, I don't like that guy. Joel Olsteen. I just know this guy because... the GF hates his guts, and she is religious. Joel Olsteen. Net worth. What is his net worth? Isn't he on... He doesn't have a Wikipedia entry? What, I gotta work? The Power I Am. Look at these titles. The Power I Am, The Better You, You Can, You Will. Think it, want it, do it, guys. The secret with Joel Olsteen, Wikipedia. Okay. Senior pastor, booty booty to boo. Wow, he's got over 7 million viewers weekly and 20 million monthly in over 100 countries. Good Lord, what's his net worth? At least he's married to the same gal. Okay, Olsteen was born in Houston, one of 6 children. His father, a former Southern Baptist minister, founded Lakewood Church, of which Olsteen is the current senior pastor. Okay, see, now here's an interesting thing. Well, you're the pastor's kid, so you ain't got no money, but he just gave you the church? He comes from no money. We'll give him 0 points on that. In the back of an old feed store, Olsteen attended Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he studied radio and television communications. Worthless degree, right there. Right there. This guy had no fucking intention of working a real job, but did not graduate, did not receive a degree from a divinity school. In 1982, he returned to Houston and founded Lakewood's television program, where he produced his father's televised sermons for 17 years until January 1999, when his father died unexpectedly from a heart attack. Career. Olsteen's father encouraged him to preach for many years, but he declined, preferring to work behind the scenes until January 1999. When he accepted his father's suggestion, he preached his first sermon. John Olsteen died 6 days later of a heart attack. 2 weeks after his father's death, he began preaching regularly. So he didn't even go... That's skeezy. You get a half a point for that, for not even going through the motion to get your degree, divinity degree, and just taking over your... So there is nepotism. So you get... Attended by a mass meeting, including Texas Governor Rick Perry and House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi. Okay. Now, he does... I'm going to give him credit here. He gets half a point for the nepotism and just... Oh, hey, Dad, can I have a church? Here you go, son. That was my Joel Olsteen, young Joel Olsteen impersonation. He majored in stupid shit. He had no intention, but he did work. He did the television stuff. It was nepotism from his dad, but it's not like he just, you know, hey, whip out my Christian dick. Everybody worship me and give me money. Hey, look, it's the dick of God. Hey, if you don't worship this dick, you're gonna go to hell. So, yeah, so he's got a point there. And then what has he been doing now? He's been doing the same thing. Here's the problem. It is kind of real. Yeah, I know. If I'm gonna treat the other televangelists like that, because it's not like Joel Olsteen doesn't bust his ass off getting up there and preaching every week. It's not like he doesn't bust his ass off flying around in private jets all the time. I mean, that does take work. But then he's writing all these books, these skeezy books. Come on, guys, really? This is proof where I got to get out of asshole consulting and be nice guy consulting. Just write books that people want to believe in. Just write utter lies and slop, and people will fucking buy it. And just get nice pompadour hair, and that's all I got to do. Teeth whitener, pompadour hair, and talk like Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. And then sell lies, and I'll make millions. Nepotism, worthless degree. He did work, but he's doing this. So he gets wait a minute, nepotism, half a point. Worthless degree, 1.5. Kind of, we're going to get a 3. Yeah, but call it 3. We're going to call it 3. But a 2.5, 3, but just those books make it go to a 3. Like, you look at those books, it's like, But he's cute, right, ladies? And you secretly want to sleep with him, so that's why you all go listen to that guy. See, I'm a young enough, good-looking enough guy. I got a voice. If I just didn't encourage it, Jesus loves you. And all the single mothers, you were tempted by the devil. It's not your fault. God has a plan. He will save you. Okay, so Joel Olsteen. And then Jim Jones. Let's take a look at Jim Jones. American communist and cult leader. Yeah, this is the guy. Okay. Surprise, surprise, communism. Jim Warren, Jim Jones. So he died when he was 37. American communist and cult leader. Ordained as a Disciples of Christ pastor. Yeah, I'd like to see that school. Jones founded and led the radical leftist People's Temple, often described as having cult-like qualities. In 1978, media reports of the human rights abuses of People's Temple's Jonestown surfaced. Democratic Congressman Leo Ryan led an investigation to the commune and was murdered while boarding. a return flight with defectors. Jones subsequently committed mass murder-suicide of 918. See? All you gotta do is lie. 918, he got 90. See, I get you guys to occasionally buy a book of mine, or maybe tune into a video. This guy got 918 people to go down to fucking South America and kill themselves. I don't think I'll ever be asking anything near that of you people. Maybe like, hey, buy my new book, thanks. Do your Amazon shopping through my Amazon affiliate program, thank you. You'll never hear me say, hey, hop on this plane, let's go down to fucking French Guiana and go kill ourselves once the fucking feds are coming in. Alright, so let's go to the Clarey Test. Early life. Jones was born in a rural area of Crete. His mom believed she gave birth to a Messiah. Claimed to be part Cherokee. Economic difficulties during the Great Depression necessitated that the Jones family moved to Lynn, Indiana. Grew up in a shack without plumbing. Alright, so he was poor, so he doesn't get that. Jones was a voracious reader as a child and studied Stalin, Marx, well, most children would study, and Adolf Hitler. You read those guys. Knowing the strengths and weaknesses of each. Yeah, more just brute strength. Jones also developed an intense interest in religion, primarily because he found making friends difficult. Childhood acquaintances later recalled Jones as being a really weird kid who was obsessed with the religion, obsessed with death. Jones himself came to sympathize with the country's repressed African American community, doing his own. So he grew up poor and he never worked. He just found solace in like, hey, people should give you free shit. Clash on the issue of race. He graduated from Richmond High School with honors. 1948. Okay, he attended Indiana University where a speech gave him a plight. He moved. What did he study? Earning a degree in secondary education. Worthless degree. And then it's pretty short. Okay, so then he began attending meetings at the Communist Party USA. Did he work a real job? No, he just started at his church. Went right into religion. Worthless, no real world working experience. And what's he doing now? He's dead, but he would have just kept on going as a non-profit piece of shit. All right, 3. But a really weird, fucked up 3. I think Joel Olsteen would probably be a much better person to hang out with than Jim Jones. It's just, according to the Clarey Test, he gets a 3. So there you go, Pat. I mean, you now here's the thing. You picked the worst people. You picked famous people because they're not famous for being Christian. They're famous for being famous. I mean, so don't let this besmirch you. There are some really good passages. There was one I listened to. I downloaded a bunch of his sermons because he's good. He's good. And even secular people such as myself can take wisdom, and that's all a lot of religion is, wisdom from other pastors. But there are some good, obviously there's some great pastors out there. I wouldn't be trying to put podcast pastor together and going and recruit differently. The problem is, I can't do that. That'd be profit. Well, that might work. We gotta be stuck in the 8th century like the Muslims. We don't want to use technology to advance anything. Fuck! So there you go. So yeah, these are like your bad apples. There are some good ones out there, but they're rare. They're like women, it's really rare to find a good one that isn't posing. So anyway, you guys got questions, go to assholeconsulting.com. Check out my blog, CaptainCapitalism.blogspot.com. And check out my books, which are really a lot much fucking better, which is not grammatically correct, but I'm the author here, so I'll tell you how English works. For the love of God, go buy my books and not Joel Olsteen's. Mine will actually help you. It's not full of lies. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.